Question 4.
Question 4, please.
Mr. Speaker, may I have your permission to take questions number 4 and number 5 of the order paper together?
Please proceed.
The Consumer Protection Fair Trading Act, CPFTA, protects consumers against false or misleading claims, including those related to greenwashing. The Consumers Association of Singapore and the Competition and Consumer Commission of Singapore have not received any specific complaints alleging greenwashing. There are existing guidelines under the Singapore Code of Advertising Practice developed by the Advertising Standards Authority of Singapore to ensure that advertisers must clearly explain, adequately substantiate, and qualify any environmental claim where necessary. The government will continue to monitor developments on greenwashing and develop further measures if necessary.
Mr. Pereira.
I thank the MOS for his reply. Just two supplementary questions. One is in relation to the possibility of legislation in the future. There are countries that have legislated to say that when brands make green claims, they must be able to provide supporting documentation to some kind of authority or independent audit process. So will the government consider this in the future, given how important it is to ensure public confidence in the accuracy of green claims when they are made? And secondly, if I heard the MOS correctly, is it fair to say that if there are complaints about greenwashing from members of the public or NGOs or other parties, will those complaints be investigated by the Consumer Commission of Singapore? Should those complaints be made to the Consumer and Competition Commission? Thank you.
I thank the member for his SQ. In fact, the member had also raised this at the MCI, Committee of Supply, debates, and I thought that this was a very important issue that the government is very much concerned about. Well, it is an emerging issue that has received growing interest among environmental and consumer protection authorities in many of the overseas jurisdictions, and the member in his MCI COS had also outlined some of the different jurisdictions that have taken an interest in it, and in fact, some had also legislated on the issue of environmental claims or greenwashing as well. While the current scope of the CPFTA is sufficiently broad to address greenwashing claims by a supplier in a B2C transaction, the CCCS is studying developments on greenwashing in other jurisdictions, and in fact to assess if any specific guidance or regulations would be useful in the Singapore context. On the member's second question, I would like to say that consumers who encounter greenwashing claims or environmental claims made by suppliers can approach the Consumer Association of Singapore for assistance in resolving the dispute. In egregious cases, a case may refer the supplier to the Competition and Consumer Commission of Singapore for investigation. But I thank the member for his SQs, and the government is studying this very carefully, and we will make the necessary moves where necessary. Thank you.